Hi, everybody. I'm Amanda Melby with Raising Buchanan. I play Ruth and am one of the producers. And I'm here back on Facebook Live again because I just love it so much. And I am here with Miss Jennifer Pfalzgraff, who plays Holly in the film. Hello and welcome.
Yes.
How's it going?
Hello. Good. Doing well. Excited for a little interaction right now. So being in isolation is fun with the kids, but I love my friends too.
I know. So, we've known each other for a long time. I would say probably 15 years, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, I've lived here.
I think so.
So, yeah, I think, gosh, we met a long time ago when
we met shortly after Nether Beast.
Well, gosh, I think we met at one of the Phoenix Film Project, events or networking things or something. I remember because you had a headshot with like two little buns. Do you remember that headshot?
Yes.
Of yours? And you had
do.
cute little like buns up there, and I was like, oh, that's so cute. I love that.
My funky buns.
Yeah.
Yeah. I booked so much with those buns, man.
Yeah, right? That was
that
was a good look for you. I think that was you kind of were like hip and trendy, and yeah, that was a good look for you.
Pre-mom.
Yeah, pre-mom.
Kind of pre-mom.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I was still living the living the pre-mom days.
And now you and I both have our mom hair.
Yes. Looking for those mom sitcom roles right here.
Right, there you go. So we have worked together on a bunch of stuff over the years, from acting stuff to volunteer work to union stuff, like a whole bunch of stuff, huh? Oh, you froze up, Jen. Oh, are you there? Kinda. There you are again. Hello.
Hey. So we worked on a bunch of stuff over the years.
Yes.
Yes.
And we've acted together in a couple things too. You're frozen. Okay, well, at least you're frozen on a smile, right? So what's happening right now? Okay, we lost your picture. So that's going to come back for a second. There you are. Hello again.
Hello, I'm not frozen.
No, but it did freeze at least on you where you were like,
oh, good.
Yes.
That's a nice freeze.
Yes, compared to, or something like that. So that's a good thing. Anyway, I was talking about how we've worked together on lots of things before. So what's been your favorite thing that we've worked on?
Well, Raising Buchanan has been quite the ride, I tell you.
It has been. Yeah.
It has been fun. But also, we've worked with Bruce before.
Right.
And we've, I look back at our fun little musical that we did with him for one of the challenges, which was exciting and fun and way out of, comfort zones and different aspects. I think singing is I think it takes more guts to sing in front of people than act, because you're like really sharing your soul. Like your voice is like your soul, and singing is so emotional. And man, I was glad I was in a closet recording the the vocals for it at the end.
I know that one was hard. I forgot what was that called. I forgot what that was called. Sorry, Bruce.
Oh yes. Oh gosh.
I know, right?
Where's my resume when you need it?
I know. I was like a surgeon or a doctor or something, and
you were a doctor. I was like this pent up school teacher type of person, I guess.
Yeah. That's right. That was fun. Yeah, that was a 48-hour film challenge, and they were people for us, which was a challenge. Yeah, but I think that's one of the things that I like about how Raising Buchanan turned out, is that You and I have been friends for a long time. And so to play friends, not that much stretch for either one of us.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
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 I mean, I think we have like nice rapport on camera.
Yeah, I just loved many of the friends, the cast members in Raising Buchanan are ones that were even in the musical film with us,
Yeah. Yeah.
and Bruce is, Bruce is a great person to work with. He's an amazing writer. I love the intelligent humor that he writes in there. And I love sitting in the audience listening to people who know nothing about the film, nothing about the story, get jokes, and then the ones who don't get the jokes, it's just fun to hear them laugh like a few seconds later after they get the joke too, or someone explains the joke to them. That's I've had to look up right, I've had to look up words in a script, like, what does that word even mean? Yeah, like
right?
absquatulate or
That's what I
something.
was thinking. Absquatulate
Yeah.
is the word.
Yeah.
Yes, which means to leave.
Yes.
It's a
yes.
very fancy word meaning to leave. So
Yes.
yes, I remember having to look that one up too. We must have been auditioning for the same part.
He must have grew up with a word a day calendar or something.
Yeah, maybe. We're gonna have to ask him. He hasn't agreed to come on one of these with me yet, so I'm gonna have to grill him about that when he does agree. Okay, so Joe is on with us, Gruberman. Hi, Joe. And
Hi,
he's
Joe.
Cocktail Wizard, question mark. Yes, Joe, thank you for being my resource person. Yes, that's exactly right, Cocktail Wizard. And then Shelly's on, and Shelly says hi with a whole bunch of eyes. So,
hi, Shelly. Yes, yes.
You know what's been fun for me about this is that, when you work on a film, you work for so many hours, for so many days in a row with the same people, and you find out about their lives, and you get up to speed on their kids and their lives and everything that's happening, and then you go away, and do some other project or live your life or something, and then this has been really fun for me to be able to reconnect with everybody again.
Yeah.
Catch up and see what's happening, and
yeah,
you were pregnant twice since I've known you.
Yes, and
yeah, they're grown. Your kids are grown.
Yeah, Isabel is graduating next week, and she's my baby. She's the reason why I moved to Arizona from LA to raise a family, and here she is, like, I'm gonna cry. No, she's graduating, and it just really sucks all this stuff that's happening, and she's so bummed out about prom and all that, missing all that junk.
Yeah.
She's my first baby, so it hits a little harder. And I just love my kids, so that's why I get emotional.
All right. Well, yeah, I know you're in the same boat with a lot of people. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It doesn't make it better. It doesn't certainly make it better. But she's going to remember this for the rest of her life. That's for sure.
Yeah.
As are we. Right?
I know. Yeah, we're trying to figure something out. Her birthday's next week too, so quarantine birthday. That's going to be. I'm already trying to figure something out, so we'll see. We'll see what happens.
It's amazing how creative people have been, right? If you look out, there's a ton of people have just been doing really fun, creative things. So
yeah.
Well,
we'll figure it out.
She could watch her mom's movie.
Yes.
Release of her mom's movie. That'd be kind of cool.
I want to see the extras. I didn't know that you had some of the behind the scenes stuff. I'm excited to see what.
We just got all that organized. So I'm not sure if it's going to be on the first batch of DVDs or Blu-rays that are coming out, but hopefully. So in any case, I'll get them to you one way or the other. But so what was your favorite? First of all, tell us a little bit about your character. So you play Holly.
Yes, I'm Holly. I'm like the third wheel to Amanda and Kathy's fun characters. I get left out of the grand scheme, but I include myself there eventually. And Holly's just a good-hearted girl who wants to get ahead in life, I think, too, and I think she tries to latch on to people and their ideas so that, she might get a little coattail ride, I think.
But she's a pivotal part of the plot, right? Because
oh yeah, she's smart. She's got guts and smart. I mean, she's a night watchman, right? So there you go. She will take down the intruders. Yeah, she's the one. She's the key to Buchanan. Like without Holly, there would be no Raising Buchanan, right?
Right. Yeah, because Holly works in the shipping. I don't think that's a secret, right? So Holly works in the shipping warehouse where Buchanan's body's been shipped for to come in and out for some special DNA testing. So for those that aren't familiar with the plot, and so you're the one really, and it's in the trailer, so people know.
Right.
Yeah.
Want to see a dead president? Or, yeah.
So that little clip has been publicized. So. So you're the key and you have the keys to let us into the warehouse. So
yes, the big wad of keys. I love it. I love it.
Yep. So so you're kind of the third wheel, but kind of not the third wheel. You also are pivotal.
I can turn if you need.
Slow down, Amanda. Pivotal to the whole ventriloquist side of that. So tell us a little bit about what your character does in that whole plot of the movie.
Holly is she's one of the girls of Errol, who is the head vent, right? And I was kind of his girl, it seemed, or I was trying to be his girl in it. And I was able to get you involved in to get your character involved in the community service aspect. So and then with Trina, with Shelley's character in there too, we all have this other dark world that you get pulled into to get you out of some of the trouble that you have in your regular life.
And so did you have to you don't actually perform any ventriloquism during the movie, but
I did. I actually had when I first moved to Arizona, I did Rusty's Garage, which was like a pilot for a kids series, and I worked with a puppet, and he was a dog, and so I didn't have to not move my mouth. I actually moved my mouth at the same time, but it was live performance at libraries and such. And so I had that fun working with the puppet in that aspect, but.
Okay. Well, you and Shelley have that in common. Shelley Boucher, I chatted with her earlier in the week, and she has a fondness for puppets also. So I didn't know that there were so many actors that also, are puppeteers or are. I'm serious about that. But that's a good special skill to have.
Well, Bobby, she was a great was a great trainer. She kind of helped when we visited the set one day, the big final birthday scene. I brought my kids with me, and she gave all my kids little tips and pointers on how to what is the word, how to ventriloquist, how to ventriloquy. I don't know.
I'm not sure if it's a verb or not. We'll have to ask her. But yeah, so Bobby Charno Rubin, who was our ventriloquist advisor, and she also got us a bunch of puppets, figures from Axtell Puppets for us to use. So shout out to them.
Yes,
for letting us borrow a whole bunch of them, which was fantastic. And let's see, who else is on here? Laura Durant is on. She says, hello.
Hi, Laura. Oh my gosh.
She wouldn't have said it like that, but that was a very bad Laura Durant impression. But hi, Laura. And Maggie Viali, is that how you say it?
Oh, hi, Maggie. Yes.
Yeah, Viali. Okay, so she joined, so hello. And Andrea is on here. Andrea Taylor is on here. And I keep looking at Andrea, I keep looking at your name and going, that's Andrea Thomas, but it's not. It says Taylor, and then I get confused. She got married. So hi, Andrea.
Yes, she did. Yay.
Yeah.
Hi, Andrea. Yeah,
So
so cool.
we got our old gang is back together here. So
I
that's
know this is the month of or last month was the month of the Phoenix Film Festival that we had to not be at, but it would have been neat. I was so looking forward to that as well. I mean, everybody was looking forward to so many events and things coming up, and it's just nice to have this technology to be able to connect via live. It's, I miss the hugs, of course. I'm a hugger, so
I know.
yes, there.
The Phoenix Film Festival comes around every April. This was going to be well, it is the 20th anniversary of the Phoenix Film Festival, but they were going to have a big 20th anniversary party. But that's the one thing I'll tell you, every year I'm like, I know I'm going to see my friends. I know I'm going to see Jennifer. I know I'm going to see Laura. I know I'm going to see Shelly. Like, I know I'm going to see Joe. Like, Jason. I'm going to see all my film friends at least once a year. So I don't know. Hopefully it'll get rescheduled, and we can, get together. If not, we'll be at the 21st.
Yeah.
Right.
That was, I remember the 10th. I remember the 10th with you, so it's amazing to think it's 10 years later,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was your favorite thing to watch back? You've seen the movie multiple times now, so in lots of different theaters. What's it like watching yourself back? I mean, you've seen yourself in lots of films at this point, but do you still get nervous, or what's that experience like?
Well, you just look at all the little things that no one else would even notice. But I don't know. I really enjoy just watching everybody. I like watching the people not speaking, and I love seeing reactions more than the people speaking. That for me is always been intriguing, watching film and television. My favorite, I don't know, I also enjoyed my favorite scene, I guess, which I've mentioned before, is the one where we're trying to figure out the mystery in the garage, and it's me and you and Kathy, and it's just like that who's on first kind of banter, and I love that.
I think that is one of the best scenes in the movie. First of all, it's probably the funniest written, right? Like, the dialogue is just so funny, and then the timing is just really funny on it. I think it's one of those, and we can't really tell too much about it because we don't want to give away any spoilers, but it's towards the end of the movie, and Kathy and I are in the garage, and then you pull up. So when people are watching in the movie and they see that start to happen, get ready for our favorite scene.
It's like cookie hand in the cookie jar.
Yeah.
You're getting caught.
Yeah, it is fun. It's just the writing is just so smart in it. Don't you think?
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
It's such a gift.
Just throughout.
Yeah.
And it's been interesting for me to see the evolution of it as well, because the first screening of it was so long, but fun, because I knew the story inside and out from beginning to end. And so it was neat to see everything that Bruce wrote up on the screen. Like, literally, I think everything from that shooting script was on the screen, that first screening. And then just to see it a few, later, and then another version, and it's like, wait, was that scene in there? Like, I was forgetting if I saw that scene or not, but things have been edited out, but the movie still flows. It still makes sense. Yeah,
it's been interesting, because when we were looking back through the shortened scenes and stuff, I was like, Bruce was saying something about one of the scenes, and Kathy and I had this whole scene in the car where we were talking about librarians and stuff and bean bags. And I was like, I totally forgot about that scene. And then I watched it back. I was like, it's so funny. So yeah, so there's so much. He wrote too much good stuff. That's really the bottom line, right?
Some audience members before said, "Where's the TV series spinoff?"
Yeah, right.
The Three Amigos. Yeah, the Three Amigas.
Yeah,
should I say?
We'll see about that. So you don't get nervous when you're watching yourself back?
I think I get more nervous hoping everyone will enjoy it and not hate it or hate me, or whatever my performance. I think watching the movies with my kids has been an experience. 11:11, I took my son to go see, and I did not realize how many kind of humorous jokes that go over our heads. And I'm sitting there going, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I mean, they're just innuendo things, you know, mild sexual humor, whatever. But to a mom sitting with her kid there is like, oh my gosh, you know. So, and then my kids to see, just to see me on screen, and if I say a bad word or something, they look at me like, oh, Mom, how dare you, or whatever. So since I've had kids, I really kind of just pick and choose my roles a little more, because I want them to watch with me and I want them to enjoy it. And, you know, yeah.
Well, it's an interesting thing to have to sometimes explain. Well, it's okay, because mommy's, you know, an actor, and, you know, we don't say those words in real life, but, you know, the character says those words, right?
Yeah, right.
It is a little interesting.
They'll get it eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah. My little one, I brought Cora with me to the Hollywood screening one. And I told her, I said, now, if I cover your eyes for any reason, or, you know, your ears, then I'm like, then that means I just don't want you to listen to that part. And she's like, okay. So in the middle of the screening, I'm like, I knew something was coming up. I mean, and this is just me being mom protector of my child, you know, trying to save her from too much of the world so fast. Anyway, so it's mild stuff and Raising Buchanan anyhow. But she's like, I can hear, Mom, I've already seen this part. Mom, it's not a big deal, Mom. You know, little 9-year-old going, she's 9, but she's 6 to me. You know, she's still like my baby. But so I'm like going, oh, all these people who don't know me or her, that anything about us, and they hear her going, Mom, stop covering my eyes in the middle of the screen. And like, oh, so.
She probably has already seen and heard it all anyway.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes. She's got her 2 older siblings, so yeah.
That's funny. Okay, Bruce just joined, finally. Well, Bruce, it's too late for you. We've already said all the nice things we're going to say about you today, I think, right? No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, we were just praising your virtues earlier and your dialogue, and we were throwing out old things that we have done together, like Cocktail Wizard, which, thanks to Joe Gruberman, reminded us of what that show was called.
That was so fun.
Yeah,
that I worked with Bruce too on John Philip Sousa Gets a Haircut. I mean, all these.
Is that on YouTube anywhere, or is that out anywhere that people can see that? Because that is such I remember that film being so wonderful.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I have to look and see. I know with Matter of Chance with Brock, I'm sure it's on one of his channels somewhere, or yeah, it's got to be somewhere. But that was kind of a favorite one for me. I shot Jolene in the middle of that, like, because I have a scene with Jessica Chastain towards the end of Jolene, and I went into audition, and I had my red hair. My agent said, go drop off your headshot to Gay Gilbert. And so I did. And she looked at me, she's like, why is your hair red? And I said, she goes, it can't be red. You have to dye it for this audition. And so I had to put that temporary dye on it, go to the audition. And then I had to rinse because we had to film the second part of John Philip Sousa Gets a Haircut. So I can see it. So half of it is filmed with pre-dye hair, red, and then the second half is with that temporary wash in it. So I can notice a little bit of difference in my hair coloration, but yeah, I couldn't have red hair because Miss Jessica has red hair. So
we're all gonna have to watch that back with a magnifying glass now.
Yes.
Honestly, Jennifer, that's probably, you would notice that, right? Because it's you, but I don't think anyone would notice that.
Yeah. Oh, well, see, that's the thing. I'm like looking at myself and Raising Buchanan going, gosh, do I look pregnant again? I that's just me looking at my own physical form that you don't ever get to see because you don't see yourself 20 feet tall. tall the screen is, So those dumb little things that only you pick out on yourself that no one else would even notice or care.
Yep, exactly right. Yep, I've had plenty of those moments. So Bruce says I'm gonna have to dig out those old Pfalzgraff flicks. And
there's a few of them.
Thank you for that alliteration. I'm glad I did my warm-ups, my articulation exercise.
Yes, what was you just got stumbled on pivoting or pivotling or something?
I think pivotal. I was trying to say pivotal, but I said something. I made up some word instead. I don't remember what it was.
When Anderson was born, I told you guys what his name was, and Bruce emailed back because his middle name is Otto, O-T-T-O, and he emailed back and said, "Oh, wow." And right now I can't think of the word. He goes, "Only you would choose a blank for his middle name." And I was like, what does that mean? And so I had to look it up, and it just means that the word, it's like a mirror image word, I think, something like that.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Bruce with his big words. Oh,
I know.
Something us little folk.
I know.
I love it. No, I love it though.
Yeah.
I really do.
Anagram. Joe. See,
anagram.
Thank you, Joe. That's Joe again. Anagram.
Joe, where would we be without you?
Joe was on earlier with me. Thank you very much, Joe. When I was talking to Nola and Brian, and I was asking them about that costume that they built, that they went to right?
The Queen, yeah.
Yeah, and I said, I should have pulled that up for people, and I'll put a link up. And then Joe, typed in the link, and I was able to hear it. So thank you, Joe.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yay. So what was your favorite day on set when we were filming Raising Buchanan?
I have a few, I really enjoyed shooting at the Rubens house because they had their giant turtle back there. The horse was there, but also that was my first day meeting Renee as well. And so just sitting and chatting with him was really cool and special. And he has always reminded me of my dad. So sitting there with him was like, oh my gosh, this is so weird. I grew up with you. And it was like meeting an old friend in a way. So that was a fun day chatting with him. And the donut shop too, I brought Anderson to set and he got to meet Renee. Yeah. But I don't know. Every day was fun. It was fun because I love being with my friends, and you guys are all my friends, and everyone is, just every day on set, even though if the time was crunched or there was stress or whatever, there's always someone there smiling and, something to laugh at. And listening to Renee sing the Little Mermaid song that I grew up hearing too. And all your girls, the Girl Scouts that came to visit, that was so neat.
Yeah, that was so. We were shooting also at Alexia's house, who was my co-Girl Scout troop leader at the time, and the troop had some activity going on, which obviously I didn't go to because I was shooting the film. And so some of them came to drop Alina back off at her house because that's where she lived, and they came in, and Renee was there, and he sang Les Poissons for them, and it was just like, it melted my heart that he would do that for them because he didn't know them from anybody, and he just took the time, and they were just mesmerized by him. It was just, it really truly was a really special memory of that. And it was cool that the Girl Scouts could see it, the girls in my troop. Yeah, that was neat. I forgot about that. Yeah, that was really neat.
And he boasted and was so proud of his grandsons.
Oh yeah.
Julian, he was telling me about Julian, and there were some similarities between him and Anderson. And when I saw their pictures on his Instagram, I was like, oh my gosh, they look so similar too. My son and his grandson. And I don't know, it's bizarre to me to meet a person that you grew up watching on TV, and you just want to go, hi, how have you been? Yeah. And they're like looking at you like, who the hell are you? Or I worked in Studio City at Bookstar over there, and I went across the street to a bakery, and Judith Light comes walking in, and I looked at her and we made eye contact, and I wanted to say, oh my gosh, how are you? Because I grew up watching her too, so She was like a mom. And you have that initial like, but then you realize, oh wait, that they have no clue who the heck I am. So anyway.
Well, I was just going to say that, Renee was one of those people that was super just kind and generous. So even if you had probably said, how are you? He would have just answered very well. And how are you?
Yeah.
So
I've been well.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I hope people check out the movie and check you out in it. So you play Holly again, and your character Holly lives with my character Ruth, and we don't work together, but we do this ventriloquist thing together in the movie,
Mhm.
and it's really fun. It's a fun movie, and you're great in it, and
Thank you.
you've got some really funny lines. And yes, you're right. So we've been doing some little social media posts and stuff, and we've been doing some quotes from the film. And Holly has all the funny lines,
She's
all of them.
Thank you, Bruce.
Yes,
Yeah.
right? There are
Yeah,
so
they
many
are
funny
fun.
lines that are attributed to Holly. So you're
know
going to go down.
You've posted some memes. I'm like, oh, that's my line again.
Yeah,
You're just,
yeah,
yeah, I
yeah.
love it.
Holly's
I
got
love
them all, which is good. So. Racing Buchanan's out now. It's available on iTunes and Amazon Prime and Google Play and Vimeo on demand and a whole bunch of different places. It's also available on your cable and dish and that kind of thing. And then
Wow.
free and DVD.
Yeah, everywhere.
So, yeah, so check
Raising
it out.
Buchanan.
I know. So Jennifer's got her cast and crew shirt on. That's awesome.
That's like everybody's in here.
Yeah, Bruce took
The whole entire cast and crew. I love it.
Yep, it's awesome. I've got one too. In fact, I almost wore it today, but I didn't. But thank you to everybody for watching on Facebook, and go check out the movie. Thanks, Jennifer.
Yes. Thank you. Bye.